Welcome to this comprehensive guide on Apache Cassandra. Cassandra is a distributed database system designed to handle massive amounts of data across multiple servers. It's built for high availability, meaning your data stays accessible even if some servers go down. In this video, we'll explore how Cassandra works, from its core architecture to how it manages data across a network of computers. Cassandra is a NoSQL database, which means it doesn't use traditional tables like SQL databases. Instead, it stores data in a flexible format called wide columns. It was originally developed by Facebook and is now maintained by the Apache Software Foundation. Cassandra is peer-to-peer, meaning there's no single leader or server in charge. Every node is equal and can handle read and write requests. This design makes it incredibly resilient and scalable. Cassandra organizes data using keyspaces and column families. A keyspace is like a database container that holds your data. Inside each keyspace are column families, which are similar to tables in traditional databases. Within each column family, you have rows identified by a partition key. Each row can have many columns, and the number of columns can vary from row to row. This flexibility is one of Cassandra's strengths, allowing you to store different amounts of data for different records. Replication is how Cassandra keeps your data safe. When you write data to Cassandra, it copies that data to multiple nodes. The replication factor determines how many copies are made. With a replication factor of 3, your data exists on 3 different servers. Cassandra uses consistency levels to control how many replicas must acknowledge a read or write operation. Strong consistency means waiting for all replicas, while eventual consistency is faster but may temporarily show slightly outdated data. This tunable consistency is a key feature that lets you balance speed against accuracy. When you write data to Cassandra, it follows a specific path. First, the write goes into the commit log, which is like a safety journal. Then the data is written to an in-memory structure called the memtable. Once the memtable gets full, it's flushed to disk as an immutable file called an SS table. These SS tables are never modified after creation. Instead, when you update data, Cassandra writes a new version. Old versions eventually get cleaned up through a process called compaction. This append-only approach makes writes very fast and reliable. Reading data from Cassandra involves checking multiple locations. When you request data, Cassandra looks in the memtable, then searches through SS tables. To speed up searches, Cassandra uses Bloom filters, which are space-efficient data structures that quickly tell you if data might exist in a file. The read path also applies read repair, which means if one replica has slightly newer data than others, Cassandra updates the slower replicas in the background. This keeps all copies consistent over time. Cassandra uses Gossip Protocol to keep all nodes informed about the cluster's state. Nodes randomly communicate with each other to share information about who's online and what data they hold. This decentralized approach means there's no single point of failure. Cassandra also uses a token-based system to distribute data across nodes. Each node is responsible for a range of tokens, and data is hashed to determine which node it belongs to. Quorum-based consensus is used for critical operations, ensuring agreement among multiple nodes without needing a central authority. Over time, replicas can become out of sync due to network issues or node failures. Anti-Entropy repair is Cassandra's way of fixing this. During repair windows, nodes compare their data and update each other with missing or newer versions. Merkle trees are used to efficiently identify differences between replicas. Read repair also contributes by fixing inconsistencies discovered during reads. Hinted handoff is another mechanism where if a node is temporarily down, another node remembers the write and forwards it once the node comes back online. Together, these mechanisms ensure all replicas eventually have the same data. Cassandra scales horizontally by adding more nodes to the cluster. You simply add a new node, and it automatically joins the cluster and receives its share of data. The replication factor can be adjusted to ensure redundancy across multiple data centers. Regular maintenance is important to keep Cassandra healthy. This includes running repair operations during low traffic periods to maintain consistency. You need to monitor tombstones, which are markers for deleted data, and manage compaction strategies to balance read and write performance. Tools are available for backing up data, inspecting SS tables, and tuning repair parameters. Cassandra is a wide-column distributed database with tunable consistency, designed for high availability and fault tolerance. Its data model emphasizes flexible partitioning and replication across multiple nodes. The write path uses append-only logs and immutable files for reliability. The read path leverages Bloom filters and repair mechanisms for efficiency. Gossip protocol and decentralized architecture eliminate single points of failure. Understanding these components helps you design scalable systems that can handle massive amounts of data while remaining available even during failures. Cassandra's design patterns make it ideal for applications requiring high availability and distributed data management.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.